Okay, just briefly here, I'm going to provide a bookend, to tonight's live streams. We had some OBS crashes, and so I have to put everything together, and I want to have a closing here. So just in closing, we're not going to get to everything I had planned or phone calls tonight, but we will tomorrow. I did manage to find a pretty decent OBS tutorial, and I went through everything. I made a lot of changes, and I think we're now optimized for my particular PC. So I knew this was going to take a little bit of time. I thought it was a hardware thing, but no, I really think maybe I just need to work with it. And it looks like I have come across the right tutorial. So I don't expect any more crashes. So while we're sitting here, I'm just going to do a little stress test. I'm going to do a little stress test and see how well this thing is handling it. So I apologize for the interruptions, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. There were a lot of settings that are just they're default and they're not optimal, but it's no big deal. It's open source. What do you expect? It's better than a lot of stuff that I've tried. I was just testing out Streamlabs. I was testing out the Restream Studio, and really it's not going to work. Not for what we do here, especially since what we do here is live, and oftentimes people are sharing content real time, and I need to be able to listen or watch, etc. All right, so let me go ahead and just scroll through my Twitter feed for the next 5 minutes and I don't think it's going to crash. I think we're good. I really do. Investigation launched into alleged animal cruelty incident involving former White House aide. I am now using AI, Claude AI and Grok and others, but I'm using Claude to write news stories. So I'll take a body of research, like I have a folder of content, opposition research, news articles, my own notes, and I put it together, and I say, write this as an investigative journalism piece. And so this is an AI created article. Investigation launched into alleged animal cruelty incident involving former White House aide. Altamont, Illinois, the IPS Insider has initiated an investigation into a previously unreported incident of animal cruelty that occurred in December 2021. The incident took place at a residential property in Altamont, Illinois, and it's raised questions about potential violation of animal welfare laws and the circumstances surrounding the death of a domestic cat. According to the information, it occurred at, and it has the address, and the long and short of it is this. Garrett Ziegler did a PR stunt to make it look like the FBI was out to get him, and it involved a dead cat on the porch of his parents' house. And I did some research on my own, and what I determined after calling their chief of police is that there was no report made for a dead animal or death threat. But the disposition of the dead animal is not known. There was no necropsy, meaning no autopsy. We don't know what killed it. But the dead cat is what I'm trying to investigate here. And I think it's a problem that there's no information about it. So I went ahead and I started it, and I even made a report with the FBI, ic3.org. So there is an official investigation opened into former White House aide and George News, who reported on this initially. And this is all being done to make it look like Marco Polo is being harassed by the Biden administration. All right, moving on. We have just a few minutes here. Again, we were talking about the madness, death threats against Musk. Now, this is unrelated. I went down to the aquarium, and I was looking at the manta rays. And then I was drawing with these water-soluble pencils. So it's just basically graphite, but you can wet it like it's watercolor. So I was drawing these mantas, and one of them actually slapped the glass at the edge of the aquarium and splashed water, which I used to blend the graphite. And it's on eBay right now, so if you go to timosman.art, I do have a sketch that I did with the aid of a manta ray that I was drawing. Completely random splash of water. Esteban says, I'm the master of streaming. I use a capture card though, A10 Mini Pro, but I can do without it. Yeah, if you have any kind of information, yeah, you can walk me through it, Esteban. I'd be happy. I can even show you the video I just checked out. I went through the settings and I think I optimized it. So let's go ahead and try something else. I'm going to do all the things that tend to stress the system. So let's go ahead and play a little music here while I open up phones. Okay, so phones are open. 505-510-4226. Again, generally I've noticed when I open up phones is when this thing crashes. And I've done that. I've opened up separate windows. I have way too much going on. And it's doing fine. So I think we're good. But I want to kind of finalize this before we really move forward full steam ahead. This is just routine stuff. New computer, new setup. So I'm glad we're working out the bugs. Let's continue here. We've been talking about the assassination threats. Let me play this clip. This is from They Live. The elite who are shape-shifting interdimensional demon hybrid Nephilim give a speech about dominating the human race by 2025. This movie came out in 1988. So you may be familiar with this movie. It's a documentary, They Live. But yeah, 2025 is the year.
Projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance.
Now, this is all interesting, too, because it's about Mars. And right now, Musk is like, let's go to Mars, take down the ISS. And there's a scene here where the character played by Roddy Piper is shown a portal to Mars. So here he is. He's going to travel to Mars. No spaceship, no rockets, but it's some kind of gateway. And I think this might be similar to Hyperloop, but take a look.
And we hope you have a pleasant trip.
So it's fascinating, this idea that we've already been taken over by Martians, by aliens, and how do they do it? Through total control of the media. Total control of all media and subliminal messaging, which is something we hardly talk about. We talk about covert influence, psyops, perception management, but to think that they're not using subliminals would be a little naive. And who knows? Maybe we should be sleeping with tinfoil hats. Gondola Wish says truth in plain sight. Okay, well, hey, I feel good about this new setup. I went through a tutorial. I made some adjustments, and right now everything seems just fine. I'm not having any dropped frames. None of the problems that I was experiencing before. So I think we're good to go. I have a separate gig I have to leave. But we'll continue this tomorrow, hopefully earlier. So there's a lot going on. If you've been following the newsletters, you know. But I'll send out another newsletter tonight, and we'll kind of clarify where things are. But as far as the OBS goes, I think we're safe now. Gondola Wish says all Stargates. Yeah, and so Stargates, you mentioned Stargates, and we're talking about Musk and the Mars mission, etc. SpaceX has this thing in Texas. Stargate Base is the gateway to Mars. Like this is exactly what we just saw in They Live.
Stargate, and look at this. You can see the rocket ranch back there, and then you can see all of the starships and the boosters are in those bays over there. So, and then here is the Star Factory. This thing is massive. It gets bigger every single time I come out here. It's incredible how fast they're building here.
So there you go. Stargate at Starbase is the gateway to Mars. And as I put in Metascript Decoded, I think that Mars is it's not a physical location we're going to. The age of Mars, it ties into the green agenda. It ties into the age of Horus in the New Age concept, and it's this new god. They're deposing the patriarchy. The sun god is being taken down and replaced with this child androgen Horus, who's associated with Mars. And so we're entering the age of Horus, and I think that this would be what Mars really means. Thrustazar says it's a film studio. Yeah, someone should ask, Witzik Gets It, or Jeranism. Hey, you guys recognize this Stargate at the Starbase? I mean, to me, this looks like a big movie studio. Maybe this is where Antarctica is. It's Antarctica, it's the moon, it's Mars, just depending on which switch they flip to control the LED screens in the back. Anyway, this has been fun. I wish we had more time, but I'm glad we fixed it. So, anyway, appreciate your patience as we work through all this, and we'll be back soon.
You just auto-believe everything like I knew that you would. In my dream, you know I ain't got time, baby, for another crisis actor with soulless eyes.
My buddy, my buddy and me.
Telecommunications active 1996. 96, y'all. Gonna filter your eyes and scrub your mind. The weatherman, he's just another bad joke. You can be a doomed little donkey like Eeyore. I'm gonna be an auto hoax, and it feels so good. Yeah. You just auto believe everything like I knew that you would. In my dream, you know I ain't got time, baby, for another crisis.